Hey, there's one demonstration that I do for the students that I see for in-person instruction that makes people go jaw drop, light bulb goes on, things become crystal clear in an instant. You ever have those moments? Maybe not in golf, but maybe somewhere else. Maybe you haven't had that light bulb moment in golf yet. But right after this, let me see if this will work. Turn the light bulb on for you. Maybe you'll go, oh, in a second when you see this. I think it's a really neat demonstration. Very simple. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve with HitItLonger.com. So a lot of the people who come see me in person, they're more of your typical golfers. They use their arms too much. They don't use their body enough. They hit behind it, they top it, they thin it, they slice it, they come over the top, they early extend. Every problem under the sun that you've watched on YouTube, you're trying to hunt for your particular thing. But there's one demonstration that's so simple that I'll give them that, again, the light bulb goes off, but it's just so simple of a concept. And let me show it to you. So what I'll tell them is this. I'll say, hold out your right hand like you're going to shake hands with me. So they're facing me and they shake hands with me. And I say, okay, now leave your hand out with the palm flat like this. And I'll do is I'll tell them, you swing like this. And I draw my hand back to the side of my body and I swing it through and I meet their hand, and I slap it. Our palms come together like that. And I say, but how I want you to swing, I want you to consider this concept instead is, draw your arm back to the side of your body and then hit it this way. And it's amazing the crack sound as I rotate my body through, leaving my arm on the side of my body, so I'm not changing this angle at all. I just, whoom. And my hand, instead of meeting theirs and stopping and making a little pop, now it goes right through them like a knife through hot butter. And they go, ow. It's a much, much harder hit. Now imagine you can add elbow and wrist to that. You can really pick up some massive club head speed. This is kind of what a concept or idea that my mentor Mike Austin used to tell us, is that we hit the ball like a side stroke, he would say. A side stroke, we want to hit off the side of our body. What a lot of people out there are doing, you're hitting in front of your body. And so you're bringing your arms back in front of your chest again, and your chest and your hips and your weight have not moved enough. And so you're having to do all the recruiting of the power more with your arms and not with the shift of weight and rotation of the body. Not only the power, but the control of the low point. A lot of you out there don't control the low point. Your low point is too early. This would result in hitting the ball fat, chunking it. For some of you out there, it would result in sweeping it and hitting it thin all the time because you've become a sweeper or a picker. A lot of people who bottom out early naturally evolve into pickers, hit a lot of shots thin. You can even get pretty good like this, but there's no substitute for making a divot in front of the ball, reaching your low point. Got an 8-iron here. I would want to reach my low point, 3, 4, 4.5 inches in front of the ball. I can catch the ball clean on the downstrike and really get a lot of compression into it. Now, of course, we have to modify this a little bit because the ball's not up here, is it? So let's turn sideways and do that again. Again, a lot of you at home are swinging the arm back in front of the chest. That means your arm is working too hard, doing too much to make up for a trunk and hips that aren't working enough at all. So instead, we're going to leave the arm on the side of the body, which is often described as the feeling of leaving your hands at the top or being patient at the top of your swing before you try to hit. It's like a delay in the hitting sensation. And instead we're going to wheel on it this way. Now you see the difference. My arm is still on the side of my body. Of course, that'd be great for hitting a ball up here. We're going to need some forward bend as we do this. Now my arm's on the side of my body. If I keep my forward bend, now we're getting somewhere. Now, if I were to keep my forward bend, which will allow my arm now to swing down towards the ground where the ball is, it's going to turn into side bend as I turn through. So my arm is still on the side of my body, just pinning it there, and I keep rotating until my arm reaches the ball. And you see how open. Let's look at it from this angle. So here is no bend. Okay, that's impact. You might think of David Duval a little bit. Let's add some forward bend to it now. Same arm on the side of my body, and keep turning until the arm is at the ball. It means the right shoulder has to be at the ball. It means the left shoulder's got to be up and back and out of the way. And it's very tempting to peek up the fairway like David Duval did back in the mid-90s when he was #1. It's a very good freeing feeling to have. And of course, I've got some side bend in here now to again help me keep the club moving down through the ground instead of up through the air. So go ahead and try that a couple times, and we can build a skyscraper like my mentor Mike Austin would say. We can build a castle from this one feel. Start with it up here, turn it through. Try to choke down to the steel on a club now and do the same thing, right arm only. Draw your arm back to the side of your body and leave it there. And see how far you've got to shift and turn in order to get the club to impact. Now see, that arm is still on the side of my body. Now, we look at some pictures here. One of my favorite to show people, besides Duval, is to show them some pictures of Lee Trevino. You'd see how open, amazingly open he is while maintaining his forward bow. But you can see all of his hips and all of his chest have turned away from the camera in these photos. They're just really nice to watch. And when you can get that, not only can you get the control of your low point for great impact, but you can also get the club face completely under control. You can start hitting the ball straight or curving it any way you want, hitting all 9 flights on command when you can get your body moving like this. See if I can hit one. We'll take a look at it in slow-mo and see if I don't get in a little bit of a similar position with some rotation so that my back and my rear end faces more to the camera at the moment of impact. Arms are doing little except accepting the free ride. Here's a good one, right on target. Now, again, in the slow motion, you're seeing I'm not static with the turn of my body. The turn of my body is causing the arm to advance. You feel like your arm is simply stuck back here. We're just going to wheel it into the ball. So once you do those, you do that demonstration for the first time, and then you add a club, first in just the right hand. You can even do it up here first. Draw the arm back. You can even cock the wrist and elbow a little bit and turn. Face the target, put it back. You start to get the feel of what the weight shift and the body turn needs to do to swing more like the pros you're seeing on TV. Why are they making power look so effortless? because they're getting all kinds of weight shift and rotation. They're not doing it by trying to pull the arms back in front of their body at all. So keep this in mind next time you go to the range. If you're having a hard time getting power, having a hard time chunking it, controlling where you're striking your divot, give this a try and I'll bet you might be able to build something big out of it. Hey, thanks again for watching. Thanks for supporting my channel. I hope you'll help me get to 100,000 subscribers. Go down and subscribe right now. Hit the like button, it really helps the channel. Leave a comment if you have any questions or if this drill really worked for you. I'm Steve. Hit up my website, hititlonger.com, and as usual, we'll either see you in the next video or I'll see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.